All right, everyone. Thanks for coming back to the channel. This is the 7-5 corrupt cops who've crossed the line. As always, I'm going to ask you to please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. To those that have subscribed, thank you so much. Share this on your social media. We are very close to 1,000 subscribers, and once I get to 1,000, I've mentioned it many times, I'm giving away a prize package. You guys, help yourself to get me to 1,000 subscribers. And then after that, when we go to 5,000 or whatever, I'll come up with a number, probably 5,000. I'll give away another prize package. So share this with your friends. Get them to subscribe. It costs nothing. Gmail account, that's it. Hit subscribe. All right. This is number 22. Two stories out of the NYPD. This is closer to what my ex-partner and I was doing, getting away from the child molesters and the rapists and things like that, going back to drug dealers and guys grabbing money. The first story is about, his name is Amaury Abreu, A-B-R-E-U. He's 34 years old, 8-year veteran out of the 113, charged with conspiracy to import and distribute cocaine for 4 years between 2016 and 2020. What's interesting to me is he earned $108,000 last year as part of his NYPD salary. That's a lot of money compared, to what I did back in the 80s. So I don't know why he got mixed up in this stuff. I don't know how he got mixed up in this stuff. I'm sure it'll play out in court. He's in a lot of trouble. The leader of the drug organization that he was involved in is cooperating against him and other members that were arrested. He was arrested and hit with $1 million bond. He made his bond. He has been released. There is no disposition on his case yet. This had happened, I think it was December he was arrested. So there's no disposition on that case yet. He's probably, going through the motions with everybody, deciding on what he's going to do. It's been alleged that he helped the drug organization very similar to what myself and my ex-partner did. He provided information to the gang, running warrant checks and license plate checks and checks on people that the gang was working with. He was caught distributing cocaine himself, allegedly distributing cocaine himself on at least one occasion. He was found out he went to DR, Dominican Republic, twice, traveled there. I'm sure they'll connect that to drug dealing. His phone showed daily contact with the leaders of the drug organization. One of the text messages, I'm going to read it exactly as it was written. This is what he texted the leader. Today, I'm going to find out the thing I couldn't find out yesterday. There were too many people in my office. Pretty damning. Texting that to a known drug dealer. He had a co-defendant who was also arrested. He was a corrupt customs agent, so they were working in concert. There's a conspiracy charge. Customs agent was from JFK Airport, and he was just waving people through the baggage claim area. They must have been coming through with coke, and he was arrested as well. I'm sure a lot of this information came from the leader of the drug organization since he is cooperating. Tell me what you guys think, man. This dude was he earned $108,000 last year. I mean, my best year, I think I earned $41,000 with overtime. So he earned $108,000 last year. So he could have had a very good lifestyle without getting involved in this stuff. After this dude's arrested, after his case is done and if anybody knows him, feel free to, I'll give him a platform and he could tell us how he got involved, why he got involved. Who knows? I got a lot of connections with production companies and things like that. Maybe he'll get a documentary out of it. Before we go on to the next story, I would like to mention I was written by a producer of Raw TV. They wanted to do a documentary on my life about cooperating witnesses, strictly solely on my life. I was interested in doing it. Checked with my contract, which is now in sort of a renegotiation with MGM since they messed up a little in the finance office. My contract with MGM doesn't allow me to do anything else. Not sure if they go on trying to do the documentary without me and just maybe speak to my co-authors who know a lot about my whole story, obviously, because they wrote the book with me. They've done many interviews on A&E, Oxygen Network, True TV, things like that. So they're well versed in everything that happened in my life and my history. So maybe that'll come about. I did let the producer who contacted me know that I can't cooperate in the making of the documentary for myself. So I was a little disappointed in that. I tried to get an exclusion from MGM and they weren't really receptive to that. All right, second story. Second story is also an NYPD police officer. He was arrested in July of 2020. There is a disposition on this case. His name is Joseph Recca, R-E-C-C-A, 28 years old, and he was on the job for 3 years. Joseph was supplying oxy and fentanyl. The investigation started when a user of his OD'd on fentanyl. Apparently, a lot of the pills he was distributing, oxy pills, were marked oxy, but they were actually fentanyl. So when the user OD'd, there was an investigation into it. They found text messages between Officer Recca, I think that's how you say it, Recca, R-E-C-C-A, sounds right, and Recca's supplier as well. Investigation started. They pulled Recca over when he left his suppliers after he picked up drugs from his supplier. They made a car stop on him, pulled him over. They found a lot of pills. Doesn't say the exact number of pills, but I got a photo of it. There was a lot of pills. They found it hidden in his dashboard of his car. They also performed a warrant at his home, at his residence. They found $10,000 in cash and a bunch of steroids that he was also looking at him, probably personal use, but he was probably distributing them also. So he was arrested for that. His charges were narcotics trafficking and unauthorized use of a computer and official misconduct. All cops, I shouldn't say all, a lot of cops use computers for personal business. So that's where the unauthorized use of a computer comes from. I did it. Back then it was probably a lot easier. Now probably everyone has their own login and passwords. So he was hit with unauthorized use of a computer. I'm sure that didn't concern him too much since he had a lot of heavy charges. He did plead guilty. He was sentenced in May of this year, just 2 months ago, and he pled guilty to drug trafficking and manslaughter. I guess they hit him for connection to the user who OD'd. So he pled guilty to those 2 charges, and he was sentenced to 5 years. So his case is done and over, and he's going to prison for 5 years. Cops don't learn. We've had that discussion before. I mean, look at us from the 7-5, man. No one ever comes out on top on this shit. The guys who might have come out on top are the guys you'll never hear about. So maybe there are guys out there. I'm sure there are probably guys out there that never got caught and got away with things. Most corruption, you're going to get caught. I mean, you know, from users all the way up through the top of the organization, people end up cooperating and everyone goes down. Okay, Q&A. One Q&A was supposed to answer it, not sure, last week or the week before. Whenever I had the question about relationship with EMS and fire department, the question was also posed to did we have any type of relationship with Nassau County Police? Didn't really have any relationship with them, but they were good to us on occasions when we got pulled over, as well as state troopers were good to us. Professional courtesy, basically, it's what it's called. I've talked about that before when I pulled over other cops and even firefighters and EMS workers. You know, you extend the courtesy and you give them a warning and admonition, you let them go. One occasion, well, we were stopped multiple occasions with drugs in the car and flash our tin, and we were, okay, guys, have a nice day, be a little safe, be careful, and we were on our way. This other time was, I talked about this in my book, Betrayal in Blue. If you guys are interested in picking it up, it's on Amazon. The link is up in the description to it, as well as links to merchandise. So we had cocaine in the car. We were on our way home. I stopped at a bar to do some drinking on the way home. When we crossed over the Queens line, we would hit a bar in Nassau County in Valley Stream, where we went to many times. It's myself, my ex-partner, and this other guy who hung out with us a lot of times. Wasn't corrupt, but he did a lot of drinking with us. Known him for many years. He was a smaller guy, little guy. And we're in the bar, a lot of locals in the bar, and the three of us. I did not carry my gun with me off duty. And I'll tell you why I didn't carry my gun off duty. When I first got on the job, there was an instance with a veteran who we were friendly with, myself and my partner at that time. And he went out drinking one night, and he was involved in a shooting. According to him, he got in a fight with a bunch of younger guys. This guy was older, he was in his 40s, and he got in a fight with a bunch of younger guys at this local bar, and they attacked him, and he had got hit in the head with a beer bottle, according to him. And in self-defense, he pulled out his weapon and he shot the person, I don't remember exactly, either the person who hit him or one of the people within the group, and the kid died. He was carried on suspension on roll call for as long as I can remember. Not fired. I don't really recall the final disposition, but for many years, his name was on roll call and it said suspended. Ever since that incident happened, I was like, I'm not taking my gun out if I'm going out drinking. So I would leave my gun in the locker. If I was just going home afterwards, I would take my off duty with me. If I was going out drinking, I didn't take my gun with me. So we were out this night. I didn't have my gun with me. Of course, I had my tin, my shield badge, as civilians call it. My partner was with me, my ex-partner. He had his gun, his badge, and I don't know if this other kid had his gun, probably had his gun, and I was involved in a number of fights with this kid. He got beer muscles, obviously, when a lot of guys do when they drink. We were at a strip joint one time, and he was getting kicked out of the bar along with this other cop, and it was probably 5 or 6 of us in there. And as he was leaving the bar, he threw a full beer across the bar as he was leaving. So a lot of bikers in there at the time. I'm not sure. I think they belonged to the Pagans. That was a Long Island bike group, and they came pouring out of the bar and started swinging, and we got in a big brawl. So again, now we're in this other bar, and it's just the 3 of us in the bar, and I could see things are starting to get a little tense. Like I said, there was a lot of locals in there and only the 3 of us. So I tell my ex-partner, I'm going to use the restroom. When I come out, I want to get out of here. Let's go. We've been here long enough. And I can see my partner and this other guy is making eyes and contact with a couple of the locals, and I see the locals getting a little, like I said, tense. As I walk out of the restroom, bam, I get hit in the right here with a glass beer pitcher. Pitchers are big. And it was a glass pitcher, man. Shattered the pitcher, put me right down to the ground. And I just got up and I bear hugged the guy who hit me because he was right on top of me. So I got up, bear hugged him, slammed him to the ground, and we're on the ground. Ex-partner and the other cop run out of the bar. One of the group of locals throws a bar stool, takes out the whole front window of the bar. I'm on the ground for a while. It seemed like forever for me because now I'm bleeding like a stuffed pig, and I'm just wrapping him up, and we're on the ground. And I hear my partner yelling, my ex-partner yelling from the front window. He's outside the bar, but he's by the front window yelling in, "Where's my partner? Where's my partner?" And I just remember getting up, like brushing myself off and walking out of the bar. And I get in his car and we drive away. And I'm pouring blood. As everyone knows, head wounds give a lot of blood. We probably get 4 or 5 blocks away. I'm assuming it was the bartender that called Nassau County Police. Probably gave a description of a car because we're not on the Southern State Parkway yet, so we're still somewhere in Valley Stream. I don't know exactly where we got pulled over. Probably on Sunrise Highway somewhere, or Merrick Road, because the bar was on Merrick Road. Lights light us up. Partner pulls over immediately and approach us, guns drawn. Obviously, they said, the bartender or whoever called 911 said we had guns. They probably knew we were cops. We frequented that bar a lot. They pull us over, guns drawn. Partner right away pulls out his tin, tins them, we're on the job. And let me see your hands, Do you guys have guns? We got a call that you guys shot up a bar. We didn't. My partner had his gun. I didn't have a gun. Partner gave his gun to the Nassau County cop. I remember the cop smelling it to see if it was recently fired. It wasn't. I'm destroyed in that passenger seat. I'm yelling at them. I was like, "Oh, we got in a bar fight. We lost, obviously. Look at my head. Nobody fired a gun." And that's when I was reaching for my tin, and I realized I don't have my tin. It fell out during the fight. So they let us go. They say, "All right, guys, be careful, be safe, be safe going home." And as my partner gets back in the car, I'm like, "Yo, I don't have my tin. We got to go back to that bar." Turns around, he races back to the bar. I just walk in like nothing happened. I go to where I got hit in the head and where I wrapped the guy up. And there it is on the ground in the hallway coming out of the restroom is my little shield case with my badge in it. And thankfully no one saw it. Bars are dark, so no one saw it on the floor. I picked it up, walked back out. They were probably scared shitless when I walked in. I walked back out. We went home. So, and we had coke in the car at the time. So got away with that. Thank you, Nassau County cops. Professional courtesy. I know there was something else I just wanted to say. Skip my mind as I got into that. Think for a minute. I don't know. It'll come to me after I end the video. I don't remember. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel. Get your friends to subscribe. Share this on social media. That'll bring in more subscriptions, and I'll get the prize package out. Thank you so much, everybody, for spending some time with me. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon. Bye.